Hello YouTube, Al here, and this week I want to do something a bit different. You're going to say to yourself, this hasn't got any pickups on it. I mean, technically it does, but I know what you mean. It doesn't have any pickups on it. It doesn't have steel strings. What are you doing? I broke my classical guitar out. I've recently been getting into English folklore, really old English folk tales, some of which I haven't ever really heard, despite being born and bred in England. That got me thinking, got the cogs whirring, and I started thinking about this old song, Scarborough Fair. It's a very, very, very old traditional English folk song. It's on record as being collected from an old retired miner in the year 1849, and it's thought to be at least 200 years older than that. So I sort of learnt it by ear on guitar, which I think is absolutely fine because it's folk music, and I'm a folk, I suppose. The guitar is sort of our folk instrument of the age. And thirdly, of course, the tuning will be completely different from however things were tuned, whatever instruments they were playing it on, back in day when it was being played by bards and such. I thought I'd like to show you the way I play Scarborough Fair. It's a way that sounds good to me, especially on a guitar where one can kind of accompany oneself. I think it sounds pretty good. If you wanted to play with someone else playing chords underneath it or whatever, it would be very easy to do. So I just wanted to show you quickly how I play Scarborough Fair because I really, really like the song. It's just it's a wholesome song about a fair and, you know, peasant life. And the singer knew a girl in Scarborough who he used to be in love with. I think they humanise these songs. I think in today's modern age, everything is commercialised or corporatised, or, you know, whether it's Thor or Spider-Man, or everything's got a thing behind it that's a great corporatist juggernaut saying what's canon and what isn't and all that sort of stuff. And I think it's lost any connection of the human heart. And I think this song, we might feel it's a bit boring or a bit Walt Disney or whatever we want to call it these days. It does have some humanity in it. So just wanted to give a quick lesson showing how I play it. Obviously there are lots of other people who play it differently. Good for them. This is how I'm playing it. So here we go. So the chords you're going to need, the main chord and the root, the key of the song is A minor. So that's this. And then the one change in the song is, instead of A minor, put your ring finger on the second fret of the A, and then put your little finger on the third fret of the E to make a G. So you've got, that's the top of a G chord. And then the rest of it is like an A minor as it was before, but you take your swearing finger off. And that's it. And the rest of it is... And those are all the notes you're going to use. So let me show you how I pluck it out. You can pluck out any way you want to get any sort of rhythm you like, but this is the way I think it sounds pretty good, like you're accompanying yourself. So you can play it sort of an umpire style, which I don't think is... I think it changes the feel, and it's not quite as the song is sort of meant to go. It's a bit too Victorian umpire part. So let me show you up close. So the one thing I note about the way you have to pick the chords out is, as you're accompanying yourself, you're playing the melody and the backing, and you can't play the backing before the melody note. So if I go... I couldn't go... See what I mean? It doesn't have the same feel. If I go... Whereas if I go... You know what I mean? It rounds it out a lot better. It resolves. Let me break it down even slower and even closer. And watch my picking hand, because I'm accentuating my picking by strumming a bit harder to get the melody notes to jump out of the chord. So that whole song is the same musical part repeated with the refrain of parsley, sage, rosemary and thyme. And each stanza is kind of like a verse. It's not traditional song structure that we know it as, where it's verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, end, something like that. It's entirely more, the whole thing is a sort of a chant or a mantra, and it's all woven into the same one flowing piece of music, as it were. So one thing I'll add, and then I'll let you go, is if you pick further up, it sounds more guitar-y. Well, I actually quite like the sound if I pick further back near the bridge. Listen to this. There's a little bit less boom to the notes. There's a lot less all that boom, the bass end springing up, and it's a lot more delicate and sprightly and spanky and pretty, and I much prefer that sound. So I think personally I would pick it back here. So there you have it. That's how I play Scarborough Fair, a very, very, very old English song indeed. And this video is a bit different, so let me know what you thought of it down in the comments. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Until then, bye-bye.
Bye!